Okay, so this is a problem that has to do with, like it involves z-scores and it involves a distribution table. Um, so you want to read the question really fast and then we'll just kind of go over it. Okay, so you read the question. We're just going to try to like get key information, right, from this. So the question at the end is what percentage of days uh, would have daily returns greater than 4%, right? So just 1 second. We're recording. So we're going to make a distribution table, and um, and with this distribution table, we're going to mark all the information we have here. Okay, so when you make this distribution table, the average goes in the middle. What does it say the average is?
Average.
Yeah. So the average would go here. What's the do we know the standard deviation? What's the standard deviation?
We don't know.
Right. All right. So because the standard deviation would help us to find the percentage, right? So standard deviation is, as of now, an unknown, and it gives us other information though, right? About a data point on the distribution line in the plot and its percentage, right? What is that data point?
3.0%.
Right. So 3.0%. Well, and it's kind of confusing because they're both percentages, but it says 3.0%, and but 7.78% of those were greater than 3.0%. So this goes on the line on the X plot, and then so the 7.78%. Where would you mark that? What does the 7.78% indicate?
Just like to the right of the 3.0%.
Right. Well, and why is it to the right?
Because it says like greater.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So that point, there's 7. So that's 7.78%. Okay. And if we're trying to find, like the question ultimately we're trying to answer is a number of days that it's greater than 4%, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in order to find, in order to find the percentage of days that would be greater than 4%, we need to have which bit of information? Like, what are we missing to find this? Because see how we got how did we get this, or how did we get this number? We got that number by saying, right? How do how do you find a probability from a z distribution? How do you find the z value? What's the equation? Yeah, but what's the equation for finding the z value? We would take the data point, right? We would take sort of x, that would be 3%, and we would subtract from the average, right? Minus 0.306%, and you divide right here by the standard deviation, but we don't know what the standard deviation is yet. Okay, and so, but we know the answer to this, right?
Yes.
And so the answer is 7.78%. So essentially, we're trying to do the same thing for this, right? We're saying we know that the point is here, 4%. And what are we asking? We're saying, what is the percent that is beyond that level? So we're just trying to find everything in here. So in order to find that number, what do you think we can do?
We can get the standard deviation first.
Right, exactly. And then, because once you have that, you can get this. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, I mean, do you know how to solve for this? What would you do to solve for this? Yeah. So essentially, you would just kind of algebraically work it out, right? So 3 minus 0.0306 equals, and then so if you have 7.78 times standard deviation, right, and then you just work that out. So divided by 7.78. So standard deviation, like found algebraically, is just 0.38. So this right here is an average of 0.0306% with a standard deviation of plus or minus 0.38%. Okay, so now that we have standard deviation, the question, can you read it one more time?
What percentage of days we have daily returns greater than 4.0%?
Right. So in order to find the percentage, we need the z-score, right? You want to try to find the z-score? Using because we solved with, we have the average and now we have the standard deviation. And we have the point, the x that we're trying to look for. So we can work this equation again for x to try to find the z-score. And then we find the z-score, and then that will give us the percentage. So try to answer the 4%. Answer the question that the problem was asking using these two data points.
Okay, so we are using the same formula.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Oh, you want to solve that in your head? If you can do it, that's pretty cool. Okay. So what is that? That is
Z-score.
right. And the z-score by itself, it doesn't tell us anything. We have to look it up on the z-table. So let me grab the z-table. And okay, it is. It's the z-table. And so you know when to use the z-table versus the t-table, right?
No.
Okay, so the z-table is when you know the standard deviation of the population. When you don't know the standard deviation of the population, it's okay to use the standard deviation of the sample to estimate what the population might be. We don't know, but we're going to estimate what it might be. And since we're using percentages, or this is, yeah, we're just going to find this using the z-table since we knew the standard deviation, and it was told that it was we learned it from the question. So you can try to see. Oh, I guess we're running out of time. No more than 10 minutes. Give me a second.